Studios. Springtime has our thoughts turned to the birds and the bees and the brews, huh? We welcome from Amherst Brewing this morning, Caleb Heliadis, as we get ready for the 8th Annual Brattleboro Brewers Festival coming up May 25th at Vonbeck Fields. Good morning, Caleb. How are you?
Good morning.
Thank you.
To be here, Ian.
Well, thank you for making the trip. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So, to give you an example of how much of a dork I am, you call me on the phone, and I pick up the phone, minutes ago, and you go, "Hey, how you doing? Good morning. It's Caleb." And I go, "Oh, I thought you were coming down, or coming up rather, to visit us in studio." And you go, "I am. I'm outside the door right now." So welcome, man.
Hey, thank you.
I'm not always this dumb. Well, actually, I am. But so, Caleb, how did my eyes look when I saw what you had in your hands this morning?
You were ecstatic.
And describe to everybody what you had in your hands.
It's not quite a case, but it's 16 cans of our beer, Amherst Brewing beer.
And it's for all of us here at TSA.
Yeah, we're here to share.
Caleb, I don't want to freak you out, but I love you.
That's all right. That happens quite a bit. So it's a common reaction. Walking in at 7 in the morning with a case of beer, so.
Well, I'm Irish, and I don't get a lot of free stuff. So anyways, long story. But anyways, I digress. And the thing is, I'm familiar with your varieties, and first thing I asked, did you bring Jess, which is one of your varieties? But let's dial it back a little bit. Let's talk about Amherst Brewing. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you're located in Amherst, correct?
We are, Amherst, Mass.
There we go.
Right near UMass.
There you go. Oh, nice for you guys. So tell us about Amherst, how you got started, and what makes you so different than other beers and other breweries, whether in Massachusetts or in New England for that matter.
So the brewery itself started in 1997.
By the way, that was a sip of soda.
That was seltzer.
That was
no,
seltzer.
it's not. It's seltzer.
Okay, that's not beer, everybody.
Mandarin Orange, Canada Dry, really good stuff. We started in 1997 with a brew pub model that was pretty common at the time. We've since, we've tried to grow with craft beer as it's changed over time. We actually merged with a local restaurant group called the Hangar Pub and Grill about 3 years ago. And so the thing that makes us different is you can come in with your family, get food, get some beer, and grab some cans to go of the beer that we make in-house. And we actually have 4 locations now in Greenfield, so close by,
Nice.
right down 91, really close.
How cool is that?
Amherst, which isn't that far either, and that's where we're brewing all of the beer. We have one in Westfield, Mass, so a little closer to Connecticut, and then one out in the Berkshires, actually, in Pittsfield.
Where can we find you in Greenfield?
In Greenfield, we're right on Federal.
Okay.
We're right near the People's Pine.
And it's the Hangar.
Yeah, the Hangar Pub and Grill.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool. And
Yeah.
tell us about the varieties, because some breweries specialize in Belgian ales, some IPAs. Do you have different varieties, or is there something that you focus on?
So in the last few years, we've definitely become known for our IPAs, especially, you said, you have the Jess. That's kind of like become the flagship that everybody thinks of when they think of Amherst. But we have varieties that we've been making for 20 years. We have a honey pilsner made with local wildflower honey. It's a great introduction for people who might not be into craft beer. They're at the pub, maybe they've been drinking a Bud or a Bud Light or something like that. They ask our staff, "Hey, what's the beer I could get into?" This it's got more flavor. They can talk to us, the brewers, about the beer, so there's this connection to it, and it really gets more people into craft beer. And everything from stouts, brown ales. So we have these older varieties, but we've also been progressing as well.
Do you have a personal favorite of brews that you guys are responsible for that you enjoy?
Well, I'm partial to a couple of them. There's our Worthy Pilsner, which is a super clean American Pilsner, kind of like Prima Pils from Victory. So it's a little more hop forward, but super clean, super accessible. Our Juliet IPA, which is the other kind of flagship beer. It's a little more citrus forward than the Jess, and it has wheat in it as well. So it's got a little more of a bite, and we actually use local wheat in that, grown in Hadley, Mass, which is literally a town over from us.
I love the descriptions. I love the verbiage that people use to describe beers these days. And I'm thinking of my dad 35 plus years ago. He had Schlitz. There was no flavor profile in Schlitz, if you know what I'm saying.
I'll have my beer.
So as we get ready for the 8th Annual Brattleboro Brewers Festival, it's coming up May 25th. Vabec Fields, BrattleboroBrewersFestival.com. Do you know, I know it's a little bit down the road, do you know what you're bringing for the festival?
So you speak of Jess. We're planning to bring a variation of Jess. So a lot of the flavor characteristics that come out of these IPAs are from different hop additions later in the process, not when it's in the boil, but when the temperature is a little lower, you extract more flavor and aroma compounds. So by changing a couple different pieces of that puzzle, you can create a whole other experience with that same beer. So we're looking to maybe try some different hops specifically for this festival. We love doing stuff like that, and it really brings some excitement.
So that's got to be cool. You going into work, we're going to alter the flavor profile of Jess. Like, wow, what happened there?
And you get to taste it too.
Yeah, wow, great.
Not too much, you
Right.
get it, but just enough early in the morning. It wakes up your palate.
I get you, Caleb.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all research. Yeah.
And then I'm thinking we have this new fruit forward. It has actual fruit in it. It's these 4% kettle sours, so they're quick sours with a lactobacillus culture.
Whoa, okay, what was that?
So it's kind of like, it's the same bacteria, and it's good bacteria. It's
Okay.
like the bacteria that you would find in yogurt.
Right.
So it gives like yogurt that tartness.
Uh-huh.
We can use that in beer as well.
Now, does it have the same health benefits as yogurt? Please
It's-
tell me yes.
Sure. No. We do pasteurize afterward, essentially. We do boil it, and it does effectively kill the lactobacillus, but its flavor is unmatched. We use a lot of local wheat in that as well. And then we've done this series, we call it Juice Life, where we fruit it with different fruit combinations. So the first one was boysenberry and blueberry.
Oh, man.
And the one that we have right now that I actually brought in studio is passion fruit and pink guava.
Man.
So people at the pub are just going nuts for this stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait till later when
Yeah.
I'll have some. Caleb Heliadis, you know what you're talking about. I'm impressed, man.
Thanks.
It's obvious that you have a love and a passion for this.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And what a great, I mean, if you can have fun doing what you do for work, is there anything better than that?
There's not.
There's not, huh? Are we going to see you on May 25th? Are
I'll
you coming?
be there.
You're coming
I'll
up?
be there. We'll have a couple people with us. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Amber, and tell everybody where we can find you online and stuff.
So you can find us on all social media at Amherst Brewing. That's it.
That's it. We'll find you.
And AmherstBrewing.com.
Awesome. We'll see you May 25th, everybody. 8th Annual Brattleboro Brewers Festival. It's coming up. I'd get those tickets today. BrattleboroBrewersFestival.com. BrattleboroBrewersFestival.com. Caleb Heliadis, thank you for the trip, man. Thank you for the gift, all right?
Anytime.
I'll give you a hug later. I know it's going to make you uncomfortable.
All
but
right.
Just deal
All
with
right.
it. All right. It is 7:24 here at the Brew.
The Morning Brew. The Morning Brew on
Cool, man.
96.7
That's awesome, man.
TSA FM.
Great job, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.